Alright you guys, we're going to get started here by making our keto-friendly spinach and artichoke chicken rolls. But the first thing that we got to do is we got to get started with our spinach and artichoke filling. So what we're going to do is I already got oil in the pan, and I'm just going to set it at medium heat, let that preheat for a little bit. Next thing what we want to do is we're going to add some minced garlic right here. So I got my little garlic mincer, so I'm just going to put 2 inside, 2 garlic cloves specifically, and it's going to go right here. Now that we got the garlic all cooking, we're going to add 5 ounces of spinach. Now this is only half, so this is about 2 1/2. So I got to add in another bowl of this in just a little bit. Good, and just let that mushel around, cook for a little bit. Now we're going to add the last half. Good, and for those of you guys who don't know, this is actually what 5 ounces of spinach looks like, so it's a lot. But as we cook through this, what should happen is all that spinach will shrivel down into little smaller pieces. Now, once the size of the spinach has reduced down, we're going to add a 1/2 cup of our artichoke hearts. Pour it right on top. Okay, now as there's still a little bit of some liquid left from the artichoke hearts. That's what I like to use. What we're going to do is we're going to add 1 ounce of cream cheese. Try and stir that around as soon as possible, kind of really spreading it around. A 1/3 cup of Parmesan cheese. Same thing, spread that around. And then a 1/4 cup of mozzarella cheese. And finally, we're going to add just a pinch of salt and a pinch of pepper. Good. The cheese has already melted pretty fast, so at this point you can turn the heat off and take it off the stove, and you should get something that looks a little like this. Now that we got the spinach and artichoke mixture done, we can move ahead with the chicken. So what I got here is 2 chicken breasts right in there, and then we're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, followed up by some pepper, and then we're going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder. Good, and then what you can do is you can go ahead and just mix it around with your hand. Now that we got the chicken all seasoned up, what we're going to do is we're going to start cutting it. We want to make sure we cut it about halfway in between, not too deep or not too high. Okay, you just want to place your hand right here, enough pressure, and then your knife is just going to go back and forth just like this. Now we're not going to cut all the way, just enough so that it's all a little more to the edge of the meat. Good, in the front, and then at some point you can open it up, and then you can spread it out just like that. So that gets a little more evenly. Okay, now that it's a little more even like that, what we're going to do is we're going to get it ready to tenderize. Now for tenderizing, I like to use some plastic wrap. Tear that up. I'm just going to place it right on top. Good, and then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to beat the meat. But what we're going to do is we're going to try and spread out the toughness of the meat everywhere. So we're going to go around just like this, in a circle. Okay, and then once you feel like you tenderized it just enough, you can take the paper off. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our spinach and artichoke mixture. And then we're just going to place it right here. I'm going to spread that nice and evenly. Good. And then you're going to take one end, and then you're going to fold it right over and roll it up. Cover it up just like this. Because sometimes it won't be the perfect roll. Sometimes it'll be a little more like a chicken taco. But it should come out a little like that. Great. And then I preheated the oven at 400 degrees. Should be ready to go. Good. So we set the timer for 20 minutes. So in the meantime, you guys can do whatever you want. After 5 minutes I've stopped by, it's time to ready to dig in. Sink right into it. Enjoy, you guys!